Right, so now it's time to go over posts and pages. Now we're going to start having fun because we're going to start building out our website a little bit, at least show you how to start adding content. So there's two different sections. There's one for post and there's one for pages, and this is generally how you're going to add content to your website. Now, as I mentioned previously in this series, it doesn't matter which one you use as far as SEO goes. They're both going to get content on your site. But typically what I like to do is use posts more for like blog posts, and then use pages for more that are like pages that my site's on. And if you get that mixed up, don't worry. Just use either one and you're going to be fine. Now, there is a little different way in which posts and pages are shown on websites, right? It depends on what theme you're using. So I can tell you just by looking at this current theme basically shows all your blog posts on the home page, and then all your other pages you can put in the sidebar, you can put in a menu, you can put them wherever you want. But typically what's going to happen is your blog posts are going to show up on the home page, and it's going to be more like a blog type website. Now, there's other themes where it's not set up that way. Like that other fork theme we had, it's a static home page where your blog posts may be shown on like a blog URL, and that's going to be set up a little differently. So in order to not get you confused, I just want to start doing some things to show you what I mean, and I think seeing is kind of the best way to learn this. So currently, if we go into our dashboard, if we go under post, we have one post here, which is Hello World. Now that post is showing up right here. This is the only post we have. It's the kind of default post that's put on all WordPress themes, and that's all it is. If we click on this post, Hello World, we're going to go into the actual post for this Hello World post. And we can see on the inside it says, Hello World, welcome to WordPress. This is your first post, edit or delete, then start writing. Same thing right here, welcome to WordPress. This is your first post, edit or start writing. Now, before I get too deep into this, notice how this is also a lot like the widget that's kind of current. Well, I want to go install a plugin which is called Classic Editor, which is going to allow us to have the Classic Editor because that's what I like using more, and most people do. So in order to do that, let's go back to WordPress. Let's go to Plugins. Let's go to Add New. And let's install Classic Editor. If it's not on your home screen, just search for it. And we're going to activate it. Now you're going to notice when I go back to my post and I go into my only post I have, it's going to have a different setup, right? So instead of being a block editor, now it's like a box, and we can just simply type in here, we can highlight things, and it's just more what I'm used to. If you want to get used to the block editor, totally fine. It's just a different functions. It all does the same thing as far as adding content to your website. It's just a little different in how you add things. Again, I'm used to more this style, all right? So this, again, is our only post we have, and you can see what we have in this post is shown right here. Here's our title, and here's our actual blog post right here. Now, to change this, let's go to All Post, and let's go ahead and delete our Hello World post. So if I trash that and I reload, now we have no post showing, okay? So there's nothing showing here because I don't have any post. So if I want to add one, I simply come to Post, I go to Add New, and I can do maybe Post 1. I can say this is my first post, and I can click Publish. And we can see when I reload, it's going to show that I have post 1. This is my first post. That's what I just did. Now, this is very basic, right? I can do all different types of things here. I can bold, I can italicize, I can do bullet points, numbered lists, I can link, I can add images by adding media. There's all different types of stuff I can do in here in my editor, but just know that I'm keeping it very basic for now just to show you how pages and posts work. We'll go deeper into how to make this stuff look good in later videos. So let's go ahead and add another one. Let's go to Post 2. We'll say Post 2. This is my second post. And we're going to publish. And I'm going to do one more. We're going to do Post 3. And we're going to say this is my third post. And we're going to publish. Now what you're going to see is Post 1, Post 2, Post 3, and of course the pages for each, which are made very short. And then boom, Post 3, Post 2, Post 1. All my blog posts are showing up on my home page. So what I want to show you next is how to control how many blog posts show up on your home page, because that can be important. So if I scroll down to Settings and I click on Reading, we can then adjust how many blog pages show on the home page, right? So right now we currently have 10 posts showing. If I want to show just one, well, if I change this to 1 and I do Save Changes, what's going to happen is only my latest post is going to show right now. So only one of them shows. Now if I want 2 of them to show, again, I would change this to 2. And I would do save changes. And when I reload this, I'm going to have 3 and 2 showing. It's going to be my last 2. So again, if I change this back to 10, all of them are going to show because I only have 3 posts, and it will show up to 10. And you can put 100 on there. You can show all your blog posts. So that is how you set how many posts are going to show on your home page. Again, it just depends on what type of site you're setting up. So I set it back to 10, so 3, 2, and 1 are going to show. But this is how you set up kind of like a blog roll on your home page, and this is just one style of website. Now, there's many websites out there where you have like a static page for your home page, and then your blog is shown on typically like another URL. So I'm going to show you how to do a static page on your website now. So let's now go to Pages, and let's go to Add New. I'm just going to say this, let's just say example page, okay? And I'll say this is my example page. Now if I publish, what we're going to notice is that it's not going to show up here, okay? It's not going to show up because this is a blog roll. This is a theme where my latest blogs are showing up. My latest blog posts are showing up. There is still a way to make a page show as your home page for these type of themes. In order to do that, you go back here to Settings, and you go to Reading. And now we do a static page, and home page, we select whatever page we want. In this example, I want my example page showing for my home page. We click Save Changes. And then when I reload, my blog posts are going to disappear, and my one page I had is going to now appear. So when I reload, now bam, this is my example page. That's all I have there, obviously, so that's all that's showing. But typically, we would add a whole bunch more content, images, videos, really good formatting, and that's what's going to show on the home page. I'm just doing very short posts and pages just to give you examples. So that's the difference between pages and posts. Posts are more shown on like a blog roll, whereas pages are more shown as like pages, and you can assign them to certain places like your home page, or we can assign them to a menu bar up here. You could, of course, do the same thing with blogs, but that's kind of the 2 different ways to use them and implement them through different themes. Now what I want to do is go to a different theme. So let's go to Appearance. So now that we have 3 posts in one page, let's go and activate Fork. And remember, Fork is totally different. What's going to happen is none of this is going to show because it has a static home page which is customizable in the theme. So when I activate Fork, what you're going to see is the Fork home page that we're used to seeing, and none of my poster pages are showing. Okay, they're not showing right here. That's because with this theme, it's a customizable home page. Remember, to edit the home page for this theme, you have to either click Customize, or you go to Themes and you click Customize on the theme you're on, and that's how you edit the home page for this. All right, and then in order to edit the menu up here, you just edit the menu through the same way. You just go up here, you would click, you would edit up here, which we showed in the previous video, then you would edit your home page through this. So this is more a click and point type editor, which is a little different, whereas the previous one we had was more like a typical WordPress theme. So now what I want to do is install maybe even a different theme and just see what the differences are, because I want to show you how different themes have different appearances. So let's go to maybe... like most of them are the first version I showed you. I think all of these are, so I don't think you're going to see anything different. But let's just go install Lancer and see if we see anything different. So let's reload. We'll likely just see my post again. No, we show the example page, and the reason for that is because I have example page set. Remember, if I go here now and I want my post to show, I'll simply go to Settings. I will go to Reading, and I will change this to your latest post instead of a static page, and then I will then click Save. And then when I reload, boom, now I got my 3 posts showing, okay? So that is how you kind of show your pages and your posts in different ways. Also, understand that there's also a way to show the full blog post or an excerpt from it. Now, because these are so short, it's just going to show a shortened version either way. But if these are really long blog posts, if you come in here and just choose excerpt, it's just going to show a small portion of your post. That way, it's like, post, 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 instead of like long posts, you got to scroll all the way down to see the next one. So that's how you change that kind of shortened version. All right, so that's the very basics of posts and pages. We will go deeper into this as the series continues, but I just want to show you how to create each and how to deal with each as far as making them show on the home page, and that's the very basics of it. We'll get further into how to make pages look better and posts look better and how to edit things and all that, but this is just the very basics of what you need to know in order to see what you're going to see appearing on your website. Hopefully this helps. Look forward to going to the next video.